March 16th, 2020. It's a day that many of us won't forget. It was sad, it was scary. We were anxious. Our busy schools were empty. No buses, no after-school events, no crowded lunchrooms. We didn't know what the future would hold. We just knew we were in for a bumpy ride. And now I sit alone in an auditorium. I'm supposed to be welcoming you back. I'm supposed to be celebrating with you. But many of those same emotions that we had on March 16th, 2020, we still have. We're anxious, we're scared, we're sad. We wonder what the future will bring. The beauty of schools is that we always have a new beginning. And this is our new beginning. But it's so different than the beginnings that we've had together in the past. I've had 10 years of celebrating with you. 10 years of honoring those people who have worked for us for 20 and 25 and 30 years. Last year we celebrated 2 people who had worked for us for 45 years. But this year, we can't all come together. This year, we're still somewhat apart. But we have a chance. We have an opportunity. We have a new beginning. September 8th is right around the corner. Our students who have missed each other, who have missed you, they've missed their bus driver, they've missed the person in the lunchroom, they've missed their teachers, their administrators, they've missed their coaches, they've missed their child care worker, they've missed their care supervisor. They've missed you. And now on September 8th, we have a new beginning. We get to welcome all of our students back. Some will be virtual, some will be in person. But every one of them needs to know that you care. Needs to know that you are happy to see them, that you have wonderful things planned for them, that you remember their name. This is supposed to be a celebration. This is supposed to be a time where we come together to welcome each other back, to say hello once again, to hug and to smile and to shake hands. None of that can happen this year. But it doesn't mean that this won't be a good year. But it will be different. And I know it will be different because right now I sit in an empty auditorium. Since March 16th, all of us have wondered what the return to school would be like. This week, we've taken our first tentative steps to coming back. Our teachers have met together in socially distant, approved ways. They've Zoomed together. They've worked together to collaborate and focus on creating a great experience for our students. But since March 16th, all of us have wondered and pondered and thought about what coming back to school would be like. And if you're like me, you've had the chance to read and to think and to anticipate what this would be like. And as I've read this summer, I've run into some phrases that have been really meaningful to me. In Holly Goldberg Sloan's book, Counting by Sevens, we meet Willow Chance. She's a young lady in middle school who loses her family and has to go into the foster care system. And in going into the foster care system, she tries to navigate that successfully and find her own way. But at one point she says this, "It has been my experience that rewarding and heartbreaking often go hand in hand." As we think about the time between March 16th and now, we can think about the heartbreak. Prom, gone, spring sports, canceled, graduation, altered. We had hoped this summer that coming back this fall would be different. But we're now beginning to realize that coming back this fall has its own set of heartbreak. Football is postponed for now. Other sports still wait in limbo. We wonder what the season will be like. So we know the heartache, but where's the reward? Well, the reward will be up to us. In Aaron and Trotta Kelly's new book, We Dream of Space, we find three siblings in 1986 working and living together, trying to navigate through middle school together. And this was the year of the challenger, heartbreak and reward. And one of the young siblings is named Bird. She's the sister, and she is wondering what her life will be like. But she thinks, I'm just a small person in a small town in a nowhere part of the country. I can't really be an astronaut. I can't become somebody important. And so she wonders about what her life will be. But towards the end of the book, after the challenger has exploded, she thinks this to herself. Can you imagine that? The universe is waiting. Even though I'm just a tiny grain of sand, it's waiting for me, and I'm ready. As I've thought about our return to school, I've thought about all of us, the teachers, the bus drivers, the food service workers, the care people, those people who see students every single day. And I've thought about the difference that they make in the lives of those students, the difference they make in helping a student feel like they belong, helping a student understand something that they didn't understand, helping a student think through and think about what their future will be like. And you might think of yourself as just one person, and how much difference can one person actually make? But as Bird said, the universe is waiting, and it's waiting for you. But the reality is, it is difficult to try to do things on your own. And in the book Nowhere Boy by Catherine Marsh, we find a story kind of grabbed right from the headlines. We meet Max, who's 13 years old, lives in Belgium. His father's a diplomat. And through a series of circumstances, he discovers a boy living in his basement who's a Syrian refugee. He traveled over the Mediterranean Sea to get to Belgium in search of a better life. But he believes he's lost his whole family. And he doesn't know what to do. And he's seeking an ally. And he finds an ally in Max. But Max is a 13-year-old boy in middle school. And he thinks like a 13-year-old boy in middle school. And they have some adventures, but they find their way. They find their way to find Max and Ahmed a better life. And at the end of the story, Ahmed is thinking through and thinking about where he will be and where he will go. And the book says this: Ahmed forced a smile. How powerful in the end was a single story. Powerful enough to reunite a father and a son, but not powerful enough, it seemed, to change their destiny. One story couldn't change the world, just like one person couldn't. But two? Ahmed's breath caught. He broke away from his father, ran toward the mobile internet unit. What is it? His father called after him. I need to write Max. Ahmed learned a valuable truth. One person can make a difference, but two people, they can change the world. And so as you think about what this fall will be like, think about what Candace thought about in the Parker Inheritance. This is a great story about racial injustice, about a town that didn't understand how to have the blacks and the whites coexist, and they struggled for a long time. But Candace and her young friend Brandon stumble upon a mystery that helps the town come to grips with who they are and who they want to be. And at one point, Candace says to herself, "It was so much easier to think it was real when two people believed it." In our district, I know that two people can make a difference. I know that one person can make a difference. But two people, they can change the world. There's Brian Langley and Emily Polanski and Bridget Zaradnik, who together created for all of us a powerful science curriculum. There was Andrew Sari, Amanda Squires, and Danielle Raichi, who made a difference with the Novi Unified Basketball team, bringing hope to students who often don't have hope. There was Carla Musa and Sherry Grissinger and other teachers at both Parkview and Deerfield who together created the gardens that we now have at all of our elementary buildings. Two people can change the world. So this fall, I would encourage you to find that ally, that advocate, that person that can help you, that person who will support you, that person who will encourage you, push you, challenge you to be better, to find ways to make a difference in the lives of the students in our district. These students have not had friends since March 16th. They haven't had the powerful interaction with the teacher. They haven't seen the smile of a bus driver, or they haven't seen the welcome of a food service worker. They haven't had the hug of a child care worker. Our children need us. Our students need us. They need you. And they need your ally and advocate. They need all of us together to support them as they return to school. So let's celebrate. Let's get excited about the new year because we have a chance to make a difference. How do I look? So today we come to celebrate in the face of all the doubters, the what-ifers, the how will we pull this off people. We, the Novi Community School District staff, the administrators, the teachers, the food service workers, the custodians, the child care workers, the secretaries, the tech people, maintenance, custodial, food service, all of us, we come to celebrate because it's the start of a great school year. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too.